Hey everybody, welcome back to Eric's Wacky Racing. We're here tonight. We're going to show you kind of what we do go through when we try to make a setup here on the World Outlaw game. So as you guys can see, we got the stock cars up on Circle Lake. That will be our first setup race, so we're going to go ahead and start kind of working on it, just to kind of show you guys what we do. So we obviously go into custom setups, go into edit. I can't talk tonight, folks. Go to edit. Man, one of the few things I start off right off the bat is camber. It's just something I've always done on all cars, even the real cars. It's really up to you, but I usually take them up to about somewhere between 3 and 4 degrees of camber. The big deal is you want them equal on both sides, in my opinion. That's what we used to do on the real cars. So we're going to do it on these cars. Those are two things I do right away here on setups. And then another thing, we go and look at the ride height. So we want the ride height gonna go about 1.5 inches down on the front. That way we load up the tires a little bit more through the corners, and then the back we're gonna drop it about 1 inch. So we got about about 1/2 inch of rake in the car. I couldn't think of what I was trying to remember. Alright, then we're gonna go ahead and save setup. From there, we're gonna go get out on the track. I saved that. Yes. Alright, and then we'll go start practice. So now this is another thing I do a little bit different than most. I'm going to actually take the car and I'm gonna go run the top side to find my gearing. I want to know how hot of gear I need to go down that front or these straightaways into the corner. So here we go. Just now starting to get some speed up. Got one guy that's going to be a little slow. See, we're already red lighting. So we got the red light special already through the corners. To me, that's not good enough. We want a little bit more RPM, so we're going to have to change that real quick. So we'll go ahead in that practice, go back into the setups, edit that, and I'd say the way we were running, we're going to have to drop that. We'll drop it down 3 just to be safe here. Then go and save that. Oh, I didn't save it. Hit circle. And then go back into practice here. Like I said, the first thing I want to do really is to find out how fast I can get it, or what gearing I really need to have at the end of the straightaways if I'm going to run the high line. If I'm hitting the red light before I'm even entering the corners, it's more than likely I'm not high enough on the gear. So that's what we're looking for. But now we're not hitting the red light near as bad. But we'll do a few more laps here, kind of see what we got. One thing about gearing is with the setup, it's nice because then you can sit there and kind of fine tune it a little bit more. So we're not even getting close to hitting the red light. But we did get our quick time there. At least our goal time. Alright, so maybe we now have it a little bit too high, so we're going to go ahead and practice here again. And go in there and change that one more time. Drop it down. Or no, we don't want to drop it down anymore. We want to go up here. So the lower the gear, the higher. The lower the in gear ratio, the faster you can go. The higher R's you're going to get. So kind of a good way to kind of figure that. Gets a little confusing sometimes, but we'll go ahead and continue practice here. Get back in here and see what we got. So what I look for is when we get up on that high side, I want to hit the red light right at the entry into the corner. That way we have all the RPMs we need coming through the straightaways, and that way we gain speed. So we hit it just barely there before getting into the corner. We tag the wall, slowed us down just ever so slightly. But the straighter you can come off, the faster you can go. See, we barely hit it. So that, to me, would be about the perfect gear ratio you want here at Circle Lake. Now that's going to be able to let you run anywhere. So now I'm going to go kind of figuring out where I need to run. Now Circle Lake's usually a bottom feeder track. Or it was on SRX. Now it seems to be a top feeder track here on World of Outlaw. But there's multiple grooves here, and to have a good car, you want a car that's going to work everywhere. You want a car that's going to enter the corners good and then exit good. So if you feel like the car is pushing tight, which actually from what I changed, the car actually seems to be pretty stable all the way around. It's not getting the fastest times right now, but I mean, it's stable. It's pretty solid up top. She may be a little bit loose coming off the corner, but that might be a great thing at the end of a long race, which we're going to be doing long ones, right? So 200% on these cars. I think we figured that it's going to be around 80 laps, 60 or 80 laps, I think is what we figured here, what we're going to end up doing. But really, this car is more set for kind of gearing out of the corner. Now, if you aren't happy with the gearing, I would suggest maybe dropping it back or taking it back up maybe one. If you like to run on the bottom side, if you want to work on the high side and race the high side, I'd say this is a great gearing. You could tone it down just a little bit more. That way you get some braking coming into the corners. But these are nice sweeping corners. You really don't need a whole lot of braking to get into them and get off of them. It's really, really nice. She actually might be a little loose going in, but nice driving car off just those few changes that we did. Oops, hit the wrong button. Now, one change I'm going to go ahead and do, just to kind of show you guys, is like if I think the car is tight, which I actually think the car is loose coming off the corner, I'm going to go ahead and go to this rear tire stagger. And if I thought it was tight, I'd probably jump it up. But being as I feel like it's loose coming off, I'm going to go ahead and drop her down. Jessica, thank you for the like. We do appreciate it. Thank you for coming and joining us tonight. I think that's going to tighten the car up and make it feel a little bit better. Some other things that you can do is play around with that spring ratio. Another great way to change how your car is going to run is by changing your springs. If you feel like you're tight coming off the corner, jump up your spring rate off your right rear. If you feel like you need to loosen it up going into the corner, I would suggest taking some spring out of your front. A couple other different ways to kind of play around with it. And then tire pressure. Tire pressure can be a big thing. You can fine tune them a lot better and get them exactly the way you want to. My suggestion to you would be keep it about at least a pound to 2 pounds difference between sides, for the simple fact, that's what we kind of did in real life. Whatever, we had one side pretty much all the same, except for maybe by a pound difference from the front to rear. So left side is all the same, right side is pretty much all the same, but maybe a difference of a pound here and there. All depends on how you want the cornering to fill. Ride height to me for the stock cars You do need a rake. I feel like you need a rake for all cars, to be honest with you. And then another thing you can play around with on setup, which I think this is going to be a factor on how good your setups are going to be, is your tire combination. Soft tires on the game last for maybe a good 20 to 30 laps. Then they start going away. Now your medium tires will last longer, but it's going to have an effect on your car with those medium tires. Now your firm tires, they're going to last the longest. There's very few tracks I've ever actually raced a firm tracks on, or firms on, because I've never really gone for really long races. I do think it will be a factor here when it comes down to it. Your tire combination. I would suggest for the main events, either going medium or firm. For the simple fact, they're going to last longer that way. If you want to be up front quickly, go soft. That is actually a great combination for, you know, doing your qualifying and doing your racing and stuff. So we'll go ahead and just go to next session. We'll see how actually this car qualifies here with this setup. Actually, I think I'm going to change one thing. I think I am going to jump up that gear ratio just a little bit so that I can kind of sweep the bottom. Alrighty. So we're looking for 18.5 here. Now, this track can be tricky if you get below that white line. Now, if you get below that white line, guys, and you push up in this series, you will be out of it. You better be able to hold it down there and underneath there if you get below there. And we ain't gonna get a very good time there off that one. So we're trying to arc the corner, trying to get the apex at the middle of it and then come off, go to the high side, let her drift up there, and try to keep the car as straight as possible. These are stock cars. The straighter you can keep them, the faster you will go. And we didn't hit our qualifying time, but that's okay. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting, kind of see what happens. Actually, I think I have this set as longest race possible. Kevin saying what's up? Not much, Kevin. Just kind of going through some qualifying ideas here for you guys. That way you guys can see how I do it. I guess we'll go to this. So looks like we will have heats, guys, for at least the first one. First race of the series, so it should be interesting. Alright, so we would probably have close to 20 to 30 laps on this track for your heat race. Top 4 will advance, and then everybody else goes to a consolation. Do you have to run every week? You don't have to, Kevin, but if you really want a chance at winning that trophy, you're gonna probably have to run every week. Like sliders and customs? No, it's if you want to run a slider on the custom setup, you're more than welcome to. But I got a feeling you're gonna end up getting your tail handed to you when it comes to the setup side. But maybe not. It could be interesting. And I should have changed that gear ratio. Oop, I thought I had him cleared. I gotta give him that spot back. Looks like the dude's running the same number as me. And iRacing. So I think I have this set at 200% for the main event, so it should show us once we get there what it'll be. That was tight. Ooh. Give him that spot back because we got loose and hit him. That's exactly what I want you guys to do, is if you guys make contact, try to give the spot back. So I believe I was the passing car on that situation. I didn't have him completely passed yet. Circle leg, big track, able to run anywhere and everywhere, which is nice. Car's a lot tighter coming off the corner, getting off the bottom with that stagger change, which is what we want. Man, leader's out there running away. I don't want to go to the qualifying dash, so I'm going to drop back here close to the end. I just want to see how many laps we got to go. Like I said, I think if you guys actually kind of figure it up, the main event, I think the big thing with the setup will be the tire combination which you give. Alright, so we finished third, so that means we're in the main. Okay. So the main event, it's not showing me. I thought it usually did. So we're gonna go in here and change this. Drop that back down, and I'm gonna put hard combination or the firm tires on, because I really think that will be the big thing when it comes to the main event. So this should tell us how many laps here we're going to be going for the main event. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. 80 laps here. So 80 laps here is what we're going to be doing when we come to this track. This will be race number 4 of the series, I believe, in the stock cars. So he slid up there. I gave him nice position. And like I said, I got them firm tires on. So the car's going to be... Oh, I slid up and got into him. So I'm going to try to give him a spot as the other guy goes around me. And then I get into that guy. So, like I said, try to give the positions when you make contact. The 55 technically should have probably dropped back behind me, according to the rules that we got. Like I said, the tire combination may be a big factor. I'm not sure if it will or not, but it should be interesting to see what happens. Like I said, the tires do actually change how the car runs, which is kind of cool. And it's going to be interesting to see how much the track changes, if it does at all. I don't think it will. I did like 200 or 100 laps at that first race that we did the other night in the Pro Late model. It ought to be interesting, that first race. Alright, so I didn't really cost him any speed, but for good measure, I'm going to give him that spot back. May cost me another one, but we're going to give it to him because we hit him. So I had to back out the throttle there, not to give him the 90. That's really kind of what we're looking for, is clean racing. They just don't want me to get up to that high side, I think is what's going on. They don't want us to get up there. So I tried to stay off him, hit the wall instead. Now he's going to slide up in front of us. Or cross over here. So like I said, these cars the tires do actually make a big difference on how the car handles. So you may have to figure out how to kind of best it if you're playing around with the setups. Like I said, you are allowed to run the slider in the setups if you want to. I just, it may not be a good news for you if you do. That's why I kind of went through what we changed, and then I figured I'd get on here and kind of race, kind of show you guys what we're kind of expecting. I know the first race is going to be a very, very tough one, and I do strongly urge anybody that thinks they're going to come into this series and mess around and goof off and wreck people, because you won't be around long. Like I said, this is kind of my farewell to console gaming or console racing. The simple fact, I'm getting a little bit frustrated with some of the stuff that goes on in the lobbies. It's kind of why we're backing away from it. We got to take a break from it a bit majorly, and just start doing some other things. That's why we wanted to go kind of extreme with the series. It should be quite interesting and fun when it all works out. Isaiah Hill saying, what's going on? No more racing? Yeah, Isaiah, we are kind of doing our farewell series here. That's the 8-race series. If you guys kind of check out our Facebook page. The next 8 weeks is going to be kind of our last here on the console. We are definitely taking a break from console racing, I should say. And thought we'd do something nice for you guys by kind of making a trophy or an 8-race series where you can win some trophies or plaques, that is, for the series. But that's why I wanted to come on and kind of show you guys what I do for setups. I know you can find a lot more speed, kind of really taking on them a little bit more, especially with the tire pressures and the shocks and all that. You can definitely find a lot more speed there if you really desire to. This is just kind of a simple thing that I do to kind of start off, and it's going to be quite interesting. I'm going to stream Isaiah, excuse me. It's going to be more iRacing than anything else, but we're going to kind of focus on iRacing more than anything and trying to get competitive over there. And yeah, it's basically what it's kind of coming down to. A lot of the stuff, you know, it's been going on in the lobbies, and some of the stuff that's going on outside the lobbies that I end up dealing with, it's kind of just wore us down, or at least me down. I don't think it's bugged my wife at all, but just wore us down to the point where we got to get away from this for a while. We may come back and, you know, just race for fun every once in a while, but we're probably not going to be running lobbies anymore. But like I said, definitely check out that series, the plaques that will be given to the top 3. I definitely think it's going to be worthwhile. Come on, at least attempt it. But like I said, we have some extreme rules that if aren't played by, it could go really south for you real quick. I'm sitting there trying to run the high side. But yeah, we're just going to be having some fun here the next 8 weeks. See how this series goes. Hopefully it goes great. I do expect maybe, I'll be honest with you guys, I do expect about probably 4 to 5 guys to be basically booted out of the series, if not more, by the end of night 1. And it's not to be mean, it's just that's what I expect. Because it's how, if I was to run a league, it will be definitely if I was in a league, it would be something I would expect. And then, like I said, guys, if you try to message me on PlayStation Network, you're basically trying to message a dead horse, because I get 100 things every day, and you're better off trying to talk to me through either Messenger or Discord or on the post on our Facebook page. It's not so cluttered that way. Like, my inbox on PlayStation just gets so outrageous, I end up just hitting the delete button. Kevin, what's the first track? The first track is going to be, what is it again? Elm Creek in the Pro Late Models. So the series schedule is up on our EWR page on Facebook and Discord. It's going to be 100 laps there, what we figured. So it's definitely a lot of time to be able to race and just kind of pick your way through it. It's like, okay, thank you. I'll be honest, when that combination came up, I was like, ooh, that's going to be a rough one. And it's going to be a rough one for probably quite a few people. But yeah, we're just kind of, we're stepping away from the console side. We got to get away from it for the simple fact that it's just a lot of the stuff that we've been dealing with been pretty way crazy. Joey, thank you for the like, man. We do appreciate it. Thank you for coming hanging out with us. Joey saying, I need to get in on this. Like I said, if you guys want to sign up for it, you need to do it either on that Facebook, underneath the plaques that we'll be giving away, or through Messenger, or through Discord. Any other way, honestly, will not get you anywhere. Yeah, we got you on the list there, Kevin, after the talk that we had the other night. And then you also need to be signed up 3 o'clock Central Time Wednesday. That is the... Huh? No, what's the date? So February 8th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. That'd be 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the deadline to be signed up for it. Like I said, right now we will have heats, we will have contests for at least the first one. But like I said, I do expect at least probably a minimum of 5 people to be booted out of the series at the end of the first night. Yeah, not a problem there, Kevin. Just try to be respectful racing with the hotel Wi-Fi. Just got to Fort Miles. Cool. You might say, hey, go up to those guys, but like, hey, come on, man. I need some good internet. That sounds good, Joey. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely something to test your skills on with this game. We have 4 slider lobbies, 4 setup lobbies. All 8 of the different classes will be ran in this series. So we'll find out who truly is the World of Outlaw Dirt Racing Champion. Definitely a great mixture. Got some short tracks, got some long tracks, got some tight tracks. I-55 made the cut. That one to me is kind of a tight track. There is Fairbury also. So we took what everybody voted on before we did the drawing and put them in a pile, and that's what we came up with for the 8 races. So definitely quite interesting how it kind of turned out. I did not expect the Pro Late models at Elm Creek, though, for the first race. And I did do a practice track at our practice race with the AI at Elm Creek. And I'm telling you, 100 laps is a long time on that little track. Elm Creek, baby, says Ace. You might be saying otherwise at the end of it. I mean, 100 laps at Elm Creek, it's a long time. Ace, thank you for the like. We do appreciate it. Thank you for coming hanging out with us. It's like 80 laps on this track is a long time in stock cars. I mean, we're just now about halfway. And we haven't had any cautions. Cautions will be on, guys, for all events, heats and qualifiers. And like I said, you can't be sleeping on the invites. You better be right on them, right quick, as fast as possible. Otherwise, you might lose a spot or two. Like I said, we're going to go probably about 3 to 5 seconds in between the invites for the positions. And the heats, I think we're going to just try to send out a big amount. And then we'll only wait about 3 minutes in the lobbies until we start the race. Ooh, I got into it. Back out. But see, I hit him. I backed out. Let him have that spot back. We'll go back at it. Like I said, plenty of time to race and figure out what you can and can't do. There's 3 wide almost up front of me. This track's gonna have the ability to go 3 wide really easy. Like, you might have the ability to go 4 wide. Oh! Eric Mormon, respects. But like I said, I definitely think it will be a very big test to how good you are on this game. Or not good you are. Oh, he takes my line. Seriously? Okay. He's just trying to find speed, I think, now. Oh, that was kind of interesting, seeing how this AI works. But heck, still 33 laps here in the stock cars. Like I said, this creek, or this track, will be an 80 lap race here once we get to it. So it's gonna be a long race. Definitely a long race. But like, if you guys have any other questions about the series or anything, don't hesitate to ask us. Definitely send us a message on Messenger or Discord, or heck, even on the videos. We're trying to go through and kind of check them out, make sure we're catching everybody. Because we really don't want to leave anybody out that's really wanting to try it. What time does it start? Yeah, it'd be 8 p.m. Eastern time, just like we normally do with our normal streams there, Kevin. It'd be 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If everything runs smoothly, I don't see it going longer than an hour, but I could be completely and utterly mistaken, because I'm not even halfway through this race, and we're already at a half hour of streaming. I thought it was going to be on for about 30 minutes. But I figured I'd talk to you guys while I was doing this, too. Remember, the biggest deal is we're really here to have fun and kind of test your skills to the max to see how good you really are with the cars. There's the wall. I do find it funny that the majority of our sliders are going to come at the start. And then I think we got to run the setups, and then I think right at the end, the last two going to go back and forth between setup and slider. So Should be quite interesting to see what happens. I think on a steering wheel and pedals, I think you might have an advantage over the guys on a stick, because right now, man, my finger's hurting and I want to let off the throttle. I think the car's actually starting to come around now too. Get a little faster. Ooh, major contact between them two. But we got like hard tires here. Woo-hoo. $24 laps still. But yeah, like if you guys got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Like I said, if you can't race every night, that's understandable. I understand things come up. Life happens. Well, good night. See y'all Thursday. Says Kevin. Alright, man. Well, you have a great night. Thanks for coming and stopping by. Oh, I hit him. So I hit him. I'm going to back off. Let him get the spot back. And then we'll go back at it. Even though he was a lap car. That's exactly how I want people to race, though. Sign me up for the Thursday night. Well, like I said, Kevin, we got you all signed up already, so. I do think the first race will be kind of a learning curve for a lot of people, for how they think they can drive and how they think they can't drive. And then the points will just go off the finishing order of the main event. So the winner gets 20 points down to 1 all the way through. No extra points available. Just pure finishing order. But what we're really looking for is good, respectful racing to kind of finish this off for us. Here, what we've been doing over the many years, running the dirt stuff. I think hards might be too hard. It's interesting. But should be quite fun, I think. The plaques are pretty nice. Definitely something you might want to display. Maybe not. It might just collect dust. I know some of mine kind of collect dust that I got. We got most of them hung up though. Oh, wow. I didn't expect him to go down like that. I thought he was going to go high. But yeah, definitely a good way to kind of get in there, get your setups figured out, and figure out how long the races are. Set them up. Series are posted on Facebook and Discord, and actually I put it up on Twitter. Tweet, Twitter. I forgot to turn those notifications off. Oh well, but yeah, definitely should be quite interesting to see how it all works out. I pray that it actually goes really, really good. I pray we don't have any issues. But, oh my goodness, the leader's about to lap me. I didn't realize the leader's back behind me. Oops. So that's where track awareness gotta come into play too. He's working on that bottom side. He's getting that work. Not real good. I don't think 9 laps gonna help us. We need to run away from the leader. The leader's trying to work that bottom side. I can't believe that. About to get laps here. I've been messing around too much, maybe. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Definitely cool or plaques. We'll call them plaques because they are plaques to display. Be one of a kind, that's for sure. And just because you're the leader doesn't mean people got to give you that spot up. You can race them, but race them clean. Red leader's got to be clean too. Like this dude's got plenty of time to just take his time. He's got a big enough lead out there. He's getting her to work on that bottom side, apexing it, and then coming back up. I'd definitely say maybe the gear needs to be changed for me on this one now. But hey, that's what we do practice races for, to kind of figure out where we're at. Figure out how to get her going a little bit better. Definitely working on catching up to 6th and 5th. I don't know if it's going to be in time or not here. Please screw up some speed. Oh, those guys are fighting up there for position. It's allowing us to catch up. Awesome, awesome. Like I said, if you got any questions, got about a couple laps here to ask. And we're going to check out, sign off for the night. We'll see you back tomorrow night for some more announcement for the Outlaws Racing League in the Truck Series. Should be interesting to see. I think they only got about 2 more races left. See, like that contact there. That guy should be required to fall back, give that position up, and then finish. So, not a bad finish from where we started at. And we stayed on the lead lap somehow. Alright, guys. Well, thank you for coming and joining us. Like I said, if you have any questions, definitely message us on Messenger or Discord or Facebook. You can't do it for somebody else. You got to be personally responsible for yourself to sign up for this stuff. That way, we know who you are, and we got an actual name with your ID is kind of what the biggest deal is with it. So that way we can get in touch with you guys to send these plaques out. So, well, guys, I do appreciate you coming and joining us. Like I said, we did do a quick run through of what we did for the setup. How many is there signed up as of right now? We believe there's 24, but there could be more now. So it should be quite interesting, guys. Remember, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I do expect at least about 5 to be booted out of the series for not following the rules, if not more. And like I said, if we have to, we will scratch a race and restart it all over if somebody's just habitually in their direct, and they won't be ever asked to, or allowed to come back again. So it's like I said, we got extreme rules for a reason. is to promote good, clean racing, and that's what we want. And I'm sure that's what you guys want. So, well, guys, this is going to be Eric signing off for Eric's Wacky Racing. You guys take care, and we'll see you on the next one.